Hi, I'm Greg,
Hi, I'm Will.
and welcome to our next episode of Theme Parks and Patents.
Today we're talking about Millennium Falcon. Yeah.
Millennium Falcon, Smuggler Run,
Yeah, the Millennium Falcon Smuggler ride.
Galaxy's Edge,
Yes.
Disney World in Florida, and Disneyland, right?
Yep. Yeah. And looking at these patents, it's a lot different than you would think. Like, a lot different.
Yeah, I think, if you've looked at it, understand what's going on, but, just going on the ride, you wouldn't necessarily guess this. They talk about how a simulator ride has pretty bad throughput as far as guests, amount of guests per hour. So something like Star Tours, they obviously have a lot of those shuttles, but you got to load them in, and then you got to wait 5 to 10 minutes of a show, and then load them back out. And so this was
you get loaded in as they're loading out.
Yeah, but I mean, that all takes time. And then you have the length of the show, which is 5 or 10 minutes, depending on that, maybe 5 to 8 minutes. And so they wanted to find a way that they put more passengers through. And I think Smuggler's Run, even though I know it's not as popular, but I mean, they definitely do. I think they are.
I have some bad memories of the queue where they would unlock this giant switchback area that would take forever.
Yeah, that's when it was brand new and it was the only ride. So what it looks like, we'll put it up in here. They actually have so that when you're loading in there and you go into the interior of the Falcon with the chessboard and everything, you're going down 2 different hallways, and that's taking you to 2 different carousels that these things are on. And there's 2 different sides too. So there's 4 carousels total, and then 2 Falcon interiors that each feed to 2 of the carousels. So that's up on this, put that up here and you can see.
Yeah.
So, and then each of those has, it looks like 7 Falcons on each. And that's what they did the patent on, is basically it moves incrementally, and you load on to your Falcon, and then once you're loaded in, the show starts, and then they move you over, load the next one, and then as you move, as they keep loading each one, you're going to keep moving over until you hit the unload station, which is also in this drawing that was shown here. And then we'll show the patent now too, which shows basically just looks at one carousel and what they were doing as far as the patenting for this one. Any thoughts?
Not really, but I do have to say I love going back and looking at some of our first videos. If you remember, our first video was on Indiana Jones, and it's just we look so much different. Now, back then, I did look a little bit younger. We didn't have fancy microphones, and there's a bunch of proton packs and Ghostbuster stuff in the back. And now look at this.
That was there before.
Well, the proton packs were, but there was a lot less.
Okay. So what they're patenting here is just the idea of the turntable, and weirdly enough, they're just patenting that it has movable features, which are the wheels, and the fact that it has an inside and an outside. The outside has a bigger diameter.
So you see how all these little pod things are on that circle?
Those are called wagons.
Oh, wagons?
And that's a Falcon in each one.
But does the circle that they're all on, does that circle spin?
Yeah, that's the carousel.
Oh.
So
why does the circle spin?
So you can load into each, and then it moves over. So, see that picture?
Oh, so then, here, that one would load, then the next one would load, then... Oh, okay.
So instead, I mean, if you just had one of these, there would be a hallway. You would load into one Falcon, and it would unload, so that would be 1. So instead of 1, there's 7. So there's 28 Falcons going at a time rather than just 4. So that's a pretty big difference, right? Okay.
Yeah, so it'll load a lot faster.
Yeah, you get a lot of people through there.
The thing that's made me ride this ride a lot less is because you remember they had that really cool Hondo Onaka animatronic, his knees moved and everything.
Oh, he was working last time. He didn't go on it.
Oh.
Me until he went.
Oh, and he was working again?
Yeah.
Well, the last times I've been going on it, they just did stupid B mode, and he was just on a screen.
He's back to working, so that's good. The Onho animatronic's pretty cool. So, sorry, back to figure 1. You can see 7 wagons, which are each. You can see the doors. That's within the little kind of triangle thing. In front is the Falcon. And then you have the dome around it, which is the screen. The patent is basically just claiming that you have a carousel. You have a couple wheel. You have at least two wheels on the outside, and 1 wheel driving on the inside, and that's it. That's what they patented on this one.
I feel like if Universal did something like this, they could have used it at Epic Universe.
Possibly. They don't have. I don't know if there's anything at Universal Epic that's pure simulator.
Oh no, sorry. I was thinking of I was gonna say like they could use this for like a Harry Potter type ride.
Yeah.
Like it could like bring you up and it puts you in the one screen that moves you to the next, so you don't have to travel through all that like junk and stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. This is pure simulator, and that's kind of I think why it's not as popular.
Yeah.
It's just it's basically Star Tours, but redone.
Wait, you know how it's like the wagon and that giant dome thing around the Falcon? Would the projection be on that?
Yeah.
So that's what's different. The projection is outside the vehicle, not inside.
It makes it feel like you're flying. So it's like an IMAX theater.
Yeah.
Or like the Harry Potter ride when they put you in that little IMAX bubble. It's like that.
Oh.
So
I have. Oh yeah, but the thing that's really cool about the Falcon is that you can actually control it. Like if it goes woo woo woo, and me personally, whenever I do it, I try to make it seem like it's an accident. I really like to crash the Falcon.
Okay.
I like to be.
That is fun.
I like the guns because you can just be like. Beep, 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 beep.
So figure 2 shows the carousel without the wagons on it. Nothing interesting there. Figure 3 actually shows kind of what they're claiming. You've got the motor on the inside. You've got wheels on the inside driving it, and wheels on the outside driving it with the motors, which are 120 and 122, to drive this thing around the circle. Figure 4 is a pretty good showing of just the actual what one Falcon looks like on its wagon. The dome screen 170. Is what you're looking at. Figure 5 shows the interior, and if you've been on it, you know this is like the two pilot seats, the 2 gunner seats, and the 2 engineer seats behind them.
What do the engineers do?
Just occasionally like reset it, and there's like a button that you push. Have you never been back in engineering?
I don't think so. Maybe I have. I'm not sure.
So. That's it. I mean, it's pretty simple patent. The claims are actually quite broad. It's really just an amusement device where you have a rotating index turntable, and that it's driven together on an inner rail and an outer rail, and that you have a plurality of wagons, and you have what they call outer motion features and inner motion features, and that's really just the wheels and the motors that drive them. So fairly simple. So they've got some good protection here. I think it's back from when this is granted. Go back up. No, it's in 2019. Right as it opened, filed in 2018, which is interesting. If you remember back to the Rise of Resistance patents, they filed those after the actual Galaxy's Edge opened, or actually after the ride opened. So that was a little interesting when they did that.
Yeah, a lot of times places will do that stuff, that sort of thing.
Yeah, usually do it before. I mean, they were pretty late.
But remember, there are some times where they'll do something late.
Yeah, it's usually you want to do it as you're building it before it's actually implemented. So this one was a little earlier, and this one has to do with the entire ride, as opposed to Rise of the Resistance had to do with just 2 little props or features, like scenes in the show. So that's all I had on this one. Interesting little patent, probably pretty broad for them. If someone wanted to do this kind of simulator ride, they'd have on a turntable, they'd have a pretty good fight against them. So, and that's it. Anything else?
I do want to say I'm hoping my dad will agree to this, but I want to do sometime or later. I want to do a video with him where we like rate like some like new advanced animatronics like coming to theme parks. Like
You'll have to go see the ones
yeah,
in
like
Epic Universe.
because we're going in October. I thought like we could rate. Like, have you heard of that new Walt Disney animatronic they're gonna have in the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln Theater?
Oh, the one where they're doing the
Yeah,
Disney?
the Walt Disney animatronic.
Yeah, he's out.
Like, we could do
in
stuff like
July.
that, and then the monster animatronics, and just some like new advanced animatronics coming out.
Yeah,
I thought we could do something like that.
sure, we can look at it.
Cause I'm pretty another spoiler, sorry, but so you may want to fast forward a little. Pretty sure they're gonna have a Frankenstein animatronic that can walk. Like the videos I've seen are insane. Like it looks like the Frankenstein can walk. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like the Hondo Naka animatronic, but it looks like it's walking. But thanks for watching and have a great Patentee day.
Thanks, everyone.